the coaches just wrote a card with her name on it really quick. But she's going to come up, but she really doesn't have anything.
That's fine.
To give her.
Just come up. Yeah, there'll be a couple kids like that.
All right.
It happens like that.
Okay.
Never going to be perfect.
Okay.
Doesn't work. It's again, I'd like to welcome everyone. We are going to get started soon. However, student athletes, please, if you have not checked to see what group you're in, please make sure you do, as there are the white sheets that are on the outside in the main mezzanine area. If you are in group 1 or 2, we are asking that you line up over here now so that we can get you organized and in order so that we could start on time. I'd like to thank you, everyone, for coming out. We're going to start shortly. And then Noel, when we do the jacket all the way through, and then the last ones are here, just one on top of the other. Okay, good evening, everyone. One last time, please, student athletes, if you have not checked to see which grouping you're in, please make sure you check the white sheets that are outside. It tells you what group you're in. At a certain point, I'm going to call for group 3. If you were in group 3, please make sure you line up over here to the side where you see Coach Marlin, Coach Baker, and everybody else. All right? So if you are in group 1 or 2, you should already be over there. So if you are in group 1 or 2 and have not made your way over to there, please make your way over to there. Thank you very much. And with that, good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome everyone to the 2022-23 Lindenwold High School Athletic Awards Ceremony. We can all give us some round of applause. I'm a big fan of some rounds of applause, especially after this year. First, I'd like to thank the Board of Education for all their support this year and the townspeople as we were able to renovate certain athletic areas. We've received a new track and turf stadium, a new gym inside where our basketball and bleachers, new tennis courts, and a new weight room. I can honestly say we have some of the best facilities, not only in this area, but in the state, as I've talked to a lot of other athletic directors around the state, and how many have said just how nice our facilities are and how jealous they are of what we have here at Lindenwold. So I'd like to thank our Board of Education and also our townspeople. I'd also like to thank our superintendent, Dr. O'Neill, our business administrator, Ms. Hooter, and our interim principal, Dr. McCartney, as well as Ms. Martin, our other assistant principal here at Lindenwold High School, for all their help and support for our student athletes, and also myself. I'd also like to thank Ms. Martinelli and Ms. Creets for their help with the Varsity Club. Without them, we would not have a lot of things for our student athletes, so they've been a huge help this year with me as well as last year. In addition, I'd like to thank Ms. Cruz, Ms. Rainey, Ms. McIntyre, and Ms. Santiago, our administrative assistants in the main office. Trust me, without them, our student athletes would not have what they need to operate throughout on a daily basis, as well as myself. I'd like to give a special shout out, Coach Johnson, Coach Snyder, Ms. Dieterding, and Ms. Debbie for helping transport our student athletes throughout the year, as well as Ms. Jackson for all our assistance throughout the year. I would say that our transportation here has been one of the more smoother around in South Jersey, to where our student athletes were able to get to and from where a lot of school districts are still struggling with that around in the area, and constantly reaching out to us to see what systems we are using and how we're able to do that. So huge shout out to those people. Also, I'd like to give a special shout out to our grounds department and maintenance, Mr. Steele, Ms. Stinsman, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Mason, Mr. Haynes, Mr. Luke, Ms. Betty, Mr. Ernest, also Mr. Junior, and also Mr. Rudolph. Without these people, it truly is for our student athletes to have everything that they need. It is one of those things where it takes a village, and for me to even explain how on a whim's notice, how much our grounds department and our maintenance department and how integral they are to everything that we do and have to operate on a daily basis. So sincere thank you to them. Right? And then finally, I'd like to thank Mr. T, our athletic trainer, our coaches, who without them and guiding our student athletes, who knows where we would be, because they are extremely instrumental in overall our climate and culture here and what we are trying to build at Lindenwold High School. And finally, most importantly, without these two, we would not have this ceremony, nor would we have anything here. Our student athletes, and also you, our families that have helped you to get our student athletes to where they are today. So big round of applause for our student athletes and the families. Just going to touch base on a couple things that you're going to hear tonight and some of the accolades throughout this year, as you'll hear me say certain times about leveling up, as I always say to the students. Coming out of the pandemic last year was kind of challenging for everyone. So I kept saying, how are we going to level up? How are you going to level up? And you're going to hear our student athletes, they leveled up from last year to this year. Roughly 40% of our school population will receive participation certificates in one form or another for at least one sport, but many of them are in multiple sports. You're also, right, we started a new athletic program this year, our girls volleyball team, which is getting off the ground, which is year 1, and next year will be year 2. So we have girls volleyball in our middle school and high school now. We had 11 student athletes who made second team all conference, and we had 15 student athletes who made first team all conference. And inside the Colonial Conference, that is not an easy feat, as It is one of the strongest conferences in the state of New Jersey, and it is known to be one of the strongest conferences in the state of New Jersey. Most of Group 1 and 2 championships will run through the Colonial Conference. So for those student athletes to do that, and the names you're going to hear today, it is a huge, huge accomplishment in any conference, but even more so. We had 4 school records broke this year, 2 of which by freshmen. Many of our athletic teams have had some of their best seasons in the last decade and continue to level up as we emerge out of this pandemic. A lot more moving in the right direction to where we have many teams making playoffs, many teams having winning records, many teams having some of the best season that they've had in the last decade and some in the history of the 20 plus years that we have been here. And finally, 46 students will be receiving a varsity jacket provided by our varsity club. So with that, we are going to start by first our athletic letters and pins. So I'm going to ask our students to start making their way down here. I will then call their name. Please, I always try my best inside of how to pronounce names, but like anything else, I'm human. So I do sincerely apologize if I mispronounce anybody's last name, as that is not my intention, and I try to practice as much as I can. You can come right on up. In my car, perfect. You can go right over there. First up, Ada Bonilla for tennis, girls tennis, and also girls bowling. Thank you. Ashley Acosta Palacios for girls softball. And once again, student athletes, as you check through your things, if there are any errors in there, please just come see me tomorrow and we will rectify it. As we try to be 100% around here, we are all human. So if there are anything, please just come see me in the morning. You guys can keep it coming. Thank you, sir. Okay, Omar Alakawada, soccer and baseball. Apologize for that pronunciation, as I've only asked him 10 times how to say it. Lou Alvarado, football. Gracias. Sophia and Dea, girls volleyball and bowling. Chris Arevalo, soccer, indoor track, and tennis, 3-sport student athlete. At this time, if you were in Group 3, please make your way over to Coach Baker and Coach Marlin. Fatima Ariza Rodriguez, girls tennis. Fitzgerald Fitz Ashers, indoor track, spring track and field. Samad Atkinson, wrestling. Sky Beeks, girls soccer, girls basketball, spring track and field, another 3-sport student athlete. Philippa Burko, fall cheerleading and winter cheerleading. And our cheer squad did sound amazing this year, as I felt it was one of the strongest cheer squads that we ever had in school history. Another clap for our cheer squad as we have everybody here. When it was a long night for me, they gave me that energy at about 8 o'clock at night when I would just look over to them. I'm like, all right, I got another hour in me. Malachi Bagby, cross country and tennis. Kamaya Baines Butler, girls basketball, spring track and field. Also, if you were in Group 4, please start making your way over to Coach Baker and Coach Marlin. Giovanni J.B. Blocker, boys basketball. Egypt bowling, girls cross country, girls basketball, girls track and field, 3-sport student athlete. Alan Bonilla, football, basketball, and tennis. Jamir Bonilla, boys soccer and boys tennis. Sarahi Bonilla, girls tennis, basketball, and softball. Thanks, sir. Stephen Bonilla Pacheco, boys soccer, and also boys tennis. Prince Isaiah Boothman, football and boys basketball. Unique Bowman, football, basketball, spring track and field. Once again, if you are in group 3 and 4, please make your way over to Coach Baker and Coach Marlin. Stephen Kesseris Gary, soccer and wrestling. Miguel Campos, tennis. Brian Cardenas, boys soccer, indoor track, and boys tennis. Another 3-sport student athlete. Jennifer Cardenas Lara, indoor track, spring track and field. As I mentioned earlier, roughly about 40% of our school population does at least one sport. But as you were here, multiple students do multiple sports throughout the year, as well as would be involved in many of our theater programs too. So our student athletes are involved in a whole lot of activities. Samara Carroll, softball. If you are in group 5, please make your way over. If you are in group 5. Joseph J.C. Carter, football, basketball, spring track and field. Serenity Carter, fall cheerleading. Emerson Castro Osorio, boys soccer. Once again, if you're in group 5, please make your way over. Group 5. Chop. Wessa Chop Chalopli, cross country, boys basketball, and baseball, 3-sport student athlete. Mr. Coleman, thank you, sir. Jaden Coleman, football. Nathan Cologne Rodriguez, boys tennis. Jeremiah Speedy Craig, boys basketball and football. William Billy Creets, wrestling and baseball. Stephen Creets, football, spring track and field. If you are in group 6, you can start to make your way over to the side. Ariana Cruz, girls soccer and softball. Thanks, Barry. Barry Cunningham, boys bowling, spring track and field, and photographer extraordinaire who helped me out a lot during the season, taking some amazing pictures. So we're going to add photographer also to that for him, as well as some of our other student athletes. Jordan Custis, girls volleyball and softball. Thank you. Daisy Della Rosa, cross country and girls basketball. Diana Denny, fall cheerleading and winter cheerleading. Thanks, Denny. Deshaun Denny, football. Kay Drame, basketball, spring track and field. So again, if you're in group 5 or 6, you should be over on the side checking in. Thank you. Logan Dupree, cross country and baseball. Brian Escobar Zapata, boys basketball. Thank you. Isis Espinoza, wrestling. Shamari Fair, girls volleyball, fall cheerleading, winter cheerleading, spring track and field. That's 4 different sports she was involved in this year for Miss Fair. Thank you, Jay. Jaden Farmer, cross country, boys basketball. Thank you. Ashley Gallardo Terezas. Apologize if I messed up that one. Volleyball. Jordy Gonzalez Aponte, boys bowling and boys tennis. Lamar Green, football and basketball. Thank you. Veronica Guardo Moya, softball. Sir. Jaden Gillibo, cross country. Tajir Gwynn, football, bowling, and baseball. 3-sport student athlete. Daniel Hernandez, soccer. If you were in group 7, you can start making your way over. So that should be 6 and 7. Thank you, Mr. Hernandez. Emilio Hernandez, soccer, basketball, spring track and field. Another 3-sport student athlete.
Here we go.
Jarixa Hernandez, girls tennis. Jonelli Hernandez Sanchez, indoor track, spring track and field. Andrew Heslep, boys bowling. Alessandra Wheelote Talapanco, volleyball and bowling.
Hey, what's up, man?
Daniel Jacinto O'Valley, wrestling. Once again, if you were in group 6 or 7, please make your way over, 6 and 7. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Javon Johnson, boys bowling, spring track and field. Wyatt Johnson, football, spring track and field. Wyatt would have been a 3-sport student athlete, but had a little injury that happened that kept him out of indoor track, or he would have been. So Wyatt is definitely someone who would deserve those accolades in there. Michaela Jones, fall cheerleading and boys basketball. Anaya Lampley, fall cheerleading, volleyball, basketball, and softball. That would be a 4-sport student athlete. That's 4 sports for Miss Lampley. Victoria Larby, girls tennis. Once again, if you're in group 6 or 7, please make your way over. Thank you. Eniola Ajayi Joseph, indoor track and spring track and field. Looking great, sir. Christian Laureen Lopez, wrestling. Kalia Lewis, girls tennis and girls bowling. Fabrizio Lopez Escobar, spring track and field. Tiffany Lopez Rodriguez, tennis, basketball, and softball. Akaya Majet, winter cheerleading. Or Majetti, sorry. Miguel Maldonado Ruiz, boys soccer. Esmeralda Mancilla Amozo Quino, softball. Stephen Mariquin, wrestling and baseball. Thank you. Corinne Marshall, fall cheerleading, volleyball, winter cheerleading, and softball. That's a 4-sport student athlete. Tobias Martin, football. Brandon Martinelli, boys soccer and boys bowling. Faith Martinelli, girls bowling. Aaliyah Martinez, fall cheerleading, girls volleyball, winter cheerleading, and softball. Another 4-sport student athlete. If you are in group 8, please make your way over. So if you are 7 or 8, please make your way over. Thank you. Thank you, Martinez. Jonathan Martinez Gutierrez, wrestling and baseball. Tatiana Mercer, girls basketball. Marissa Miller, softball. Zach Miller, baseball. Jameer Mitchell, football. Once again, if you're in group 7 or 8, please make sure you make your way over. Isaiah Holmes, football. Kiari KJ Jones, soccer and cheerleading. Nasim Moore, spring track and field. Richard Morales, cross country, basketball, and baseball. 3-sport student athlete. Mariah Morgan, fall cheerleading and winter cheerleading. Lindsay Ochoa, volleyball and bowling. Once again, if you are in group 7 or 8, please make sure you make your way over. Emmanuel Ojabadi, football and tennis. Favor Ojabadi, soccer, indoor track, spring track and field. 3-sport student athlete. Jermaine Okiki, soccer, indoor track, spring track and field. Another 3-sport student athlete. Allison Olivia Antunez, girls volleyball. Genesis Pacheco Duran, basketball and softball. If you are in Group 9, please make your way over. Group 9. Alexis Palacios, soccer and also photographer extraordinaire, as he was another one that helped take tremendous pictures of our student athletes throughout this season. Fatima Murray, fall cheerleading and softball. Layla Piercing, fall cheerleading, basketball and softball. 3-sport student athlete. Justin Peralta, soccer, bowling, and tennis. Isaac Portilla Bonilla, soccer and tennis. Leilani Pratt, spring track and field. Once again, if you were in Group 9, please make your way over. Group 9. Jamie Ramos, girls soccer and indoor track. Obed Rayo, indoor track, spring track and field. Briseda Reyes, girls tennis and softball. Diego Rodriguez Aguilar, soccer. Josiah Russell Wiggins, spring track and field, football and indoor track, 3-sport student athlete. Amadan Ruth, soccer, basketball, spring track and field, 3-sport student athlete. Siani C.C. Richardson, girls soccer and girls basketball. Zachary Smith, boys bowling and boys baseball. Ryder Sadamu, cross country and baseball. Micaiah Spence, bowling. Sorry. Malachi Spence, boys bowling. Joso Still, volleyball, bowling, spring track and field, 3-sport student athlete. Akash Taylor, baseball. If you were in Group 10 or have not been called and please make your way over. So if you missed your group or you were in Group 10, please make your way over to the wall. Thank you very much. Saeed Tarrant, football. My man. Brahim Tatum, football. Brianna Turner, girls soccer and girls basketball. Christian Valatenga Ortiz, soccer, baseball. Ruby Villanueva, soccer, spring track and field. Salima Shabri, winter cheerleading. Hannah Williams, fall cheerleading, winter cheerleading. Picking up for her sister, Patience Williams, fall cheerleading and winter cheerleading. Deontay Wilson. Volleyball, indoor track, spring track and field. 3-sport student athlete. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Angelita Watson Castro. Soccer, wrestling, and softball. Anybody else that has not been called, please make your way over. Sorry, the house lights are on me. All right. Okay. So, once again, as you check through, I apologize if I made an error in someone's name or if there's an error inside your certs and everything else. Once again, just please come see me tomorrow, and we will make sure to get that corrected. For our next portion, I'm going to ask that you hold your applause until the end, as I'm going to call up our second team all-conference selections, and we're going to have them stay up here until the end and then give them all a round of applause. So please, for this one, if you could hold your round of applause so we can make sure everybody's name gets said and heard. So second team all-conference. Once again, as stated earlier, this is a very hard feat to accomplish, which takes a lot of hard work and dedication inside of our conference. First up, Brandon Martinelli for soccer. Once again, if you would please hold your applause to the end, as I'm going to go through the names, and I want to make sure everybody's name is heard. Brandon Martinelli for soccer. Sky Beeks for soccer. Once again, if you would please hold your applause. Thank you very much. So, if we call your name, please come up to get your awards from here. So we have Brandon Martinelli, Sky Beeks, Nazir Bryant for football, Faith Martinelli for bowling, Zach Smith for bowling, Andrew Heslep for bowling, Barry Cunningham for bowling, Anaya Lampley for softball, Unique Bowman, track and field, Deontay Wilson, track and field, and Jermaine Okiki for track and field. So if we can just get everybody lined up in a straight line so we can get some nice pictures taken of everyone. Sure can, sir. So once again, our second team, Brandon Martinelli for soccer, Sky Beeks for soccer, Nazir Bryant for football, Faith Martinelli for bowling, Zach Smith for bowling, Andrew Heslep for bowling, Barry Cunningham for bowling, Anaya Lampley for softball, Unique Bowman for track and field, Deontay Wilson for track and field, and Jermaine Okiki for track and field. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, please, for our second team all-conference student athletes. Give another couple seconds for one, their own embarrassment for my amusement, and two, last little pictures. One more round of applause for our second team all-conference, everyone. All right, thank you, student athletes. You can have a seat, please. Thank you. Thank you. No, thank you, sir. And now, our first team all-conference student athletes, for which we had 15 this year, which is a very impressive accomplishment inside of our conference. So, first up, Justin Miranda for boys soccer. Jermaine Okiki will be coming back up for soccer. Diego Rodriguez Aguilar for soccer. Favor Ojabadi for soccer. Sky Beeks for girls basketball. Tajamir TJ Brown for boys basketball. Kelly Barrett for bowling. Angelita Watson Castro for softball. Leilani Pratt for track and field. Egypt Bolin for track and field. Fitzgerald Ashers for track and field. Wyatt Johnson for track and field. Stephen Bonilla Pacheco for boys tennis. And Emmanuel Ojabadi and Chris Aravala for boys tennis, as they were also doubles partners. So the last team accomplished that feat as boys doubles tennis partners. So once again, our first team all conference, which inside our conference, I cannot even express to you how much hard work and dedication and perseverance you have to even accomplish this feat. Justin Miranda for soccer, Jermaine Okiki for soccer, Diego Rodriguez Aguilar for soccer, Favor Ojabadi for soccer, Sky Beeks for basketball, Tajamir TJ Brown for basketball, Kelly Barrett for girls bowling, Angelina Watson for softball, Leilani Pratt for track and field, Egypt Bolin for track and field, Fitzgerald Ashers for track and field, Wyatt Johnson, track and field, Stephen Bonilla Pacheco, tennis, Emmanuel Ojabadi for tennis, and Christopher Alivalo for tennis. Ladies and gentlemen, your Lindenwold Lions first team all conference. Round of applause, please. Let's go. All right, student athletes, you can have a seat, please. Thank you very much. Next up, before we get to our final special awards, we have our varsity club jackets. If Miss Martinelli and Mrs. Creets are in the audience, if you could come up here, please, and help us hand out the jackets, I would appreciate it. So remember, this. No, she didn't qualify for that. She just broke a record. Huh? Did I miss her name? I'll give it to her when I call her for her award conference. That was just my error.
We have to guess who's.
Nope, they got the sheets. All right, so we are going to go in alphabetical order. So to qualify for a varsity jacket, you had to be in multiple sports over your career and then also be on the varsity level. So these students that have accomplished this feat have been in multiple sports over their careers here at Lindenwold High School. So first up, we have Aniola Ajayi Joseph. So when you hear your name, if you could please come up and get your jacket. Namaya Ali Dunn. Kira Altman. Lou Alvarado. Kamaya Baines Butler. Philippa Burka. Unique Bowman. Stephen Caceres Garay. Sorry, Stephen, I always mess up the ending. Brian Cardenas. Dallas Carter. While DC comes up here, Dallas Carter, I'm going to announce because he was running a little late. I believe he had work. We have football, basketball, spring track and field also for Dallas, DC Carter, 3-sport student athlete. Wessa Chop Chalopli. Ariana Cruz. Barry Cunningham. Aralise De Jesus. BK Drame. Shamari Mari Fair. Ben Flan. Jordy Gonzalez Aponte. Tajir Gwynn. Malachi Harris. Jonelli Hernandez Sanchez. Michaela Jones. Trayshawn Jones. Tiffany Lopez Rodriguez. Corinne Marshall. Stephen Mariquin. Brandon Martinelli. Jonathan Martinez Gutierrez. Marissa Miller. Jameer Mitchell. Karina Moreno. Fatima Murray. Favor Ojabadi. Jermaine Okiki. Randy Ontiverios. Ashley Ortiz. Layla Pearson. Isaac Portilla Bonilla. Leilani Pratt. Yasmin Ramirez Macias. Siani Cece Richardson. Obed Rayo. Josiah Russell Wiggins. Also, I'd like to give Josiah a shout out as he has earned himself an athletic and academic scholarship to play football next year in college, along with one of his teammates, Nazir Bryant. So both of those young men have worked extremely hard and earned themselves athletic scholarships and will be taking their talents to Chestnut Hill College. Brianna Turner. Angelina Watson Castro. And last, but certainly not least, as I know she's been waiting for this, and has been in my ear for it over the years, Hannah Williams.
Why would you spell? That would have been so
No, I don't need that. Yeah,
That would have been so good.
No.
I would have been invited.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for not only our varsity club and our student athletes that have earned this. So once again, a round of applause for all of our student athletes earning their varsity jacket this year. And another special thank you for Ms. Martinelli and Mrs. Creets. Thank you very much. Okay, now on to some of our special awards. Also, Coach Snyder has let me know it was an oversight of Brian Cardenas, who made a second team all conference. So please see me tomorrow, Brian. I'll make sure that you get your award for second team all conference for boys soccer for Brian Cardenas. Apologize for that one. Okay, now we have some special awards, which are some of our record breakers and also our male and female athletes of the year, as well as our scholar athletes of the year. First up, we have a freshman. This young lady came on the scene as a freshman and inside of cross country, which is a fall sport, inside her first season. So, which is a challenging enough year as freshman year, but then making that adjustment right away and broke the school record for girls cross country. She broke it with a time of 21 minutes, 30 seconds, and the previous record was 22 minutes and 14 seconds. She is also first team cross country. So her award I held off to the end because she also was a record breaker and broke the record, school record for girls cross country. That's Daisy De La Rosa. Round of applause, please. Come up and receive your plaque. I'm gonna ask that our record breakers stay up here as we get all four of you. Next up, we have senior who in indoor track, outdoor track, really had started to believe in himself and also work extremely hard, both inside the weight room and outside in the track, outside the track, and has really put in the time. He was first place in the county in the 100 and the 200, qualified for states in the 100, but he broke the school 54-meter indoor track with a time of 6.72 seconds. Fitzgerald Fitz-Ashers. Now, unfortunately, these next two that I'm calling up, I do not have their plaque yet, as with spring sports, you have to wait literally until the end because they could possibly break the record that they already broke. So you don't get a plaque made up. So these two, I have ordered it. It will be here hopefully soon, and then I will get it to you before the school year is out. So I placed it up until the point of when I knew that they were done with their spring seasons. But first up, we have a young man who broke the 1,600-meter record, which is a mile. Got to know this man since middle school. This young man, I've said to him over and over just how well of a runner that he is. And he proved it to not only himself, but also to the school, because now he is the 1,600-meter record holder with a time of 4 minutes and 44 seconds, which was the breaking of 4 minutes and 47 seconds. This is Dallas D.C. Carter. Once again, I apologize, Dallas, but I will have your plaque to you soon, but had to wait to the end. And last but certainly not least, we have another freshman. So we started with a freshman, 2 seniors in between, and then another freshman broke our high jump record this year at county. So we have Egypt Bolin broke the school record with a jump of 5 feet 4 inches at county. The school record was 5 feet 3 inches, but to put it into perspective, at that meet, she had not jumped through 5.2. Correct, Egypt? Did not clear 5.2 previously. So she broke through 5.2 and also cleared 5.4 and was calf muscle away from what I was told of almost clearing 5.6. She was close to almost qualifying for the Meet of Champions, which is a top 30 in the state of New Jersey in the high jump. Ladies and gentlemen, your 4 school record breakers for Lindenwold High School: Daisy De La Rosa, Fitz-Ashers, Dallas Carter, and Egypt Bolin. Round of applause. And Dallas and Egypt, I will have your plaques for you ASAP, as I have already placed that order. So I do apologize. Thank you very much. Record breakers, you may have a seat. And then before we close out tonight, we have 2 awards. Our male and female athlete of the year, and also our scholar athlete of the year. So, first up, our female athlete of the year, Kamaya Baines Butler. And these were extremely tight races as voted on by the coaches. Our male, let's just call it athlete of the year. Sorry. Our male athlete of the year, Fitzgerald Ashers. These 2 student athletes have put a tremendous amount of work inside and outside the classroom, and there was some tough competition this year. But through the votes, they had emerged as our male and female. And last, which I've always considered to be the most important award, as I would sit there and when I coached any of my student athletes, I would sit there and say, one of you should be the athlete of the year your senior year, but more importantly, one of you should be the scholar athlete of the year, as we put student first in student athlete. And I try to stress as well as our coaches how important it is to be a student athlete, because when you do the student part, the athleticism that we have around here is even magnified because your brain develops even that much faster. And I do feel that our student athletes this year started to embrace that even more and more and started to, as I say, level up inside the classroom. But our female student athlete, our female scholar athlete does not have to walk very far, as she is already up on the stage. That is Kamaya Baines Butler, number 1 in the class of 2023. And our male student athlete, who is number 2 in the class, Mr. Zach Smith. Great job, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, our male and female athletes of the year and scholar athletes of the year, Ms. Kamaya Baines Butler, Mr. Fitzgerald Ashers, and Mr. Zachary Smith. Round of applause. I know how bad they want to have a seat, so you guys can have a seat. Thank you. Closing remarks. Once again, I sincerely would like to first and foremost thank our student athletes and also their families. Without the support of those people, it really does take a village, and inside of it we have many moving parts, as I had thanked earlier inside of the opening remarks. But really it takes the student athlete and then also their family behind them, working with administration, our grounds crew, our transportation, our coaches, their peers, teammates, and everything there, but student athletes and their families, I would sincerely like to thank again. Also, our seniors, I just want to say, first, thank you, because last year, you guys kind of came out of this pandemic, and I would just like to point out how you really missed your first 2 years of school. And last year, you had to grow up quickly, and then the reins were passed on to you to be leaders of these sports teams. And I could not be more happy or more proud in the direction that we are moving. We are definitely leveling up, and you seniors did such an excellent job leading our athletic programs this year, especially given the fact that the pandemic kind of threw a huge, serious wrench in your learning curve. I sincerely thank you, and would like to give you one more round of applause to our seniors that are leaving us, and wish you nothing but the best with your future endeavors. Our current juniors that are sitting in front of you, you have most certainly leveled up. You came into last year and the same thing, coming out of the pandemic, having some serious kind of hurdles that you had to overcome. And you have really stepped up as juniors inside the building. And you are more than ready, from what I see, to be able to take the reins and lead what I think and what I know can really, for the next year and year after, we can definitely be one of the dominant sports programs inside the area if everybody continues to be student athletes and work hard. So our juniors, round of applause for them too. And now, this two I'm going to group together as our freshman and sophomore. I've been in this school district for 20 years, 20 plus years. And when I tell you, there have been some talented classes that we've had throughout the years. This freshman and sophomore group, if they continue to put student first and believe in themselves and work to their potential and take some kind of advice from some of the upperclassmen and learn from the people around them some of the kind of hurdles that they've overcome to help them with their learning curve. The freshmen and sophomores that are walking around this school along with the juniors next year and the incoming freshmen, I know we can continue to level up and continue to move in the right direction. So, round of applause for our freshmen and sophomores, please. And lastly, I would like to leave everybody with a quote, because you know me, I'm always trying to teach or preach, as you all would say. Please, if you dream big and you work hard, as corny as it sounds, anything is possible, especially at the age that you are at. So one thing to pass along is to dream big and work hard. With those two things, you can literally accomplish anything you want. When you get to a certain age, like myself, it is very hard to reinvent yourself as much as we would like to at times. So if I could give advice to myself sitting in your kind of seats where you're at, student athletes, is to dream big, but then work hard to achieve that. And then with our closing of tonight, I will leave everyone with our patented, get everybody hyped with one last Lions roar of roar! Go Lindenwold Lions! Thank you, everyone, and you guys have a great evening. I appreciate you all coming out. Roar!